Georges River Bridge renovated, draft National Spatial Plan to be completed by December, and new housing policy incorporates green building practices for water security. You're tuned into Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Anthony Morgan.
So welcoming that you would scarcely believe that this area is going to be the next great tourism area in Jamaica.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness as he opened the newly rehabilitated Georges River Bridge in East Rural St. Andrew. He asserted that with a $21 million renovation, tourism sites in the area would experience even greater traffic. This includes persons who visit to hike, birdwatch, have coffee, or sightsee. Mr. Holness told persons at Wednesday's ribbon cutting that the bridge had been expanded to 36 feet to accommodate 2 large vehicles simultaneously. The bridge has also been heightened to allow for unimpeded flow of the stream that runs below and made sturdy enough to withstand the peculiarities of climate change.
So widening this bridge is important for the access of the people who live in the community, for the agricultural access which is necessary to move coffee speedily to market, access for construction work that is going, for large trucks to move materials, and for the safety of the community, because this area during times of drought and in the summer in particular is susceptible to bushfires, and to have the fire engines being able to move without impediment is also very important.
Mr. Holness also called on motorists to refrain from speeding and to maneuver with care when using the bridge. A draft National Spatial Plan for the island is to be completed by December.
The National Spatial Plan will ensure the optimal use of the nation's land and marine resources and outline the framework for their effective use and management. The plan will therefore provide a strategic spatial framework to guide national development and investment decision-making.
Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Darrell Vaz, was speaking at last Tuesday's opening of the National Spatial Plan Symposium. The function also served as the launch for Phase 2 of the 3-phased National Spatial Plan. This phase will focus on updating the 1978 National Physical Plan and the development of a National Spatial Planning Information Technology Platform.
The NSPIT platform will be accessible to the general public and aims to ultimately provide all the spatial planning database and information to support online application and processing of development applications. All the ministries, agencies, and departments involved in the development processes will therefore benefit from a state-of-the-art and dynamic IT-supported spatial plan.
Development of the National Spatial Plan is a $1.33 million project. It falls under the 5-year $19.8 million adaptation program and financing mechanism for the pilot program for climate resilience. Minister Pernell Charles Jr. last week announced that the island's new housing policy incorporated water security initiatives. Tabled in July, the National Housing Policy provides a raft of new and sustainable measures on home construction and the housing sector as a whole. Minister Charles Jr. said it also called for incorporating rainwater harvesting and storage, as well as green building technologies into all development plans. This guideline will be issued to local planning authorities to be included as a condition of approval for all new residential and commercial buildings. The minister also revealed that government was pursuing multiple long-term solutions to persistent drought. Back at the office of the Prime Minister Tuesday, public sector transformation was the topic of discussion for Prime Minister Andrew Holness. He met with Development Bank of Jamaica Chairman Christopher Zaka, Human Resource and Industrial Relations Specialist Dr. Ward Mills, and National Partnership Council member Professor Alvin Wint. On Tuesday, the Prime Minister also met with recent appointee as Climate Finance Consultant Advisor Anaiti Mills. Joined by Minister of the Portfolio Darrell Vaz, the group spoke about efforts to accelerate climate action on the island. Prime Minister Holness also engaged with the newly appointed Youth Advisory Council members. The members will serve for the 2019-2020 fiscal year. They will improve youth involvement in policy development and programming actions of the state. They are also expected to act as a steering committee for the National Youth Parliament. And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us again next time for more news stories coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.